Hello viewers, welcome to Kboxtv. It's your boy Kofi Baisie Jnr. and we are here again on Kboxtv Live, where we discuss boxing and everything happening in world boxing. Today, I'm glad that we are joined by one of the most important or powerful persons in Ghana boxing, which is the Secretary General of the Ghana Boxing Authority. His name is Mr. Patrick Johnson. He'll be here to tell us a few things, especially on when boxing is going to return in Ghana. And we also have Leroy Hawkson, one of the boxing journalists, who will also be joining us and when we would want him to comment on some of the things that Mr. Johnson would say. Guys, without wasting your time, let me just bring in Mr. Johnson, and so that we get to know the plans on when boxing is going to return in Ghana. And of course, they had a meeting with the stakeholders of stakeholders in Ghana boxing to discuss the way forward and when boxing is going to return. So it's a very good time to have him on the show for him to tell us exactly when things are going to resume. All right. So, Mr. Johnson, welcome to Kboxtv.
Thank you very much, Kofi.
Mr. Johnson, it's always a pleasure having you on the show because you've always made sure that you come respond to how things are going and when boxing is going to return and everything. But today, the most important thing is that Ghanaians were expecting boxing over the weekend. It didn't happen. We saw an article or a press statement from the Ghana Boxing Authority that there was going to be a meeting with the stakeholders, and unfortunately, things have to be postponed. And the good thing is that we have you here to tell us about it and what Ghanaians should expect. So, Mr. Johnson, let me throw it over to you and then walk us through and how when Ghanaians should be expecting things to happen.
Thank you very much, Kofi. And first and foremost, let me extend my greetings to your listeners. And also, thank you for having me. And to give a little, comments on your show. You are really doing so well. And this is what we want. It's part of it that to promote boxing, especially boxing in Ghana.
Thank you, sir.
And so, straight to the point, I think we had a meeting with the stakeholders, specifically the promoters.
Okay.
And more so the promoters who want to promote boxing for just recently. That is Ace Power Boxing Promotion, Box Office Sports Promotions. The reason why we had that meeting with them is that they requested to have a show on the 29th November. And the day President lifted the ban on contact sport, we had a meeting with the National Sports Authority, to share ideas together how we are going to handle this COVID-19 among athletes, because our sport is a contact sport. True. And if you are coming in contact with people who have gotten this COVID-19, it's very serious and it's going to spread. So we had a meeting and we suggested one or two issues before the Director General of National Sports Authority. Let him know that we need a support. All disciplines need support. That government should come to our aid by testing of this COVID-19 to all athletes. And they agreed to that. So our promoters who are wanted to do promotion on the 29th wrote to us, and we also wrote to the National Sports Authority to assist us in testing our athletes on the COVID. But we are also in a election month or election week, so the people are very, very busy. Although we've sent a letter from the from Ghana Boxing Authority to the National Sports Authority, up to date we've not heard any information from them because of the time we are in now. But we have a program on the 16th, 23rd, and 26th December And we're hoping that after the election, our requests, will be handled. Then our boxers will be tested so that we can start, rolling professional boxing in Ghana. But as at now, the Monday meeting we had with our promoters, we also suggested before them that, look, if we say we are going to wait for government, it's not going to help us for now. So if promoters are ready to foot for the bill of the COVID test, they can go ahead to have the test on the boxers and the officials. Then quickly we start we set the ball rolling. So the Monday meeting was that we put it before the promoters that if they have the money, they should just go ahead and then quickly we start boxing. So we're hoping that on the 16th, 23rd, and 26th December fights, promoters can afford and have a test on the boxers, then boxing will start. So as of now, we are just waiting that people will have their test and then we start boxing.
Okay, guys, you just heard it from the Secretary General. They are waiting for the COVID-19 test to be done. That is either by the promoters or by the ministry before boxing can commence in Ghana. I hope I got it right, Mr. Johnson.
Yeah, that is right.
Okay, but I wanted to find out: has the cost of test I think it was $100? Has it reduced or is still the same?
I think every accredited hospital or clinic has its own money that they do take. I think at aviation, that is where you pay the highest also. Because I learned Nyao Hospital, they take 300 cedis, and other accredited hospitals, they take lower. But what we suggested that GBA will write to these hospitals for a discount. We will let them know that we are many. So they have to give us discount, and then we can able to do our test there. That is the agreement we had on that day. So we are now waiting for their list. Then we write to the accredited hospitals. Then we see the way forward if they are going to accept our request. So at the moment, that's where we are now.
Okay. All right, guys. We have Mr. Patrick Johnson on the show. He's the Secretary General of the Ghana Boxing Authority. If you have any question, can you send it to us or comment? Drop it in the comment section, and then we'll ask him. It's a one-time opportunity to get him. It's not very easy to get him. So once he's here, guys, if you have any question, push it, and then we would ask him for you. Now, Mr. Johnson, please. The return of boxing has been one of the topics that a lot of boxing fans, especially in our region, has been looking at. We see people like Tanzania. I'm sure last week you watched what happened in Nigeria. There was some fights also in Nigeria, and I think South Africa too has also resumed some sort of boxing, and then in Botswana too as well. Ghana has been one of the countries where a lot of people, I'll say, around this region are looking at, because in terms of promotions wise and show wise and boxers wise, I think most of them even come to our region or our country to make it happen. And they're not seeing it happen in Ghana. Feels like we are at a standstill. Is that what it really is, or it isn't?
Kofi, I think we are not at a standstill. The right thing has to be done, and we're making sure that everything will be done accordingly, because our President of the Republic of Ghana has given us measures to follow, and we don't want to find ourselves wanting. So as a commission, we have to follow whatever the government has put before us. Okay, we should not look at people who are doing this. We don't know what is happening behind the scene at their end. The only important thing is that let us protect ourselves. Let us do the right thing. Then we will not find ourselves wanting. So that anyone who comes to our side, we know we are well secured and following the rules and the regulations. Trust Emporium, where we normally have our programs, they're also keen about this COVID test. Okay, so we have to do everything right before even they will also allow us to have programs there. So, that is it. We are not at a standstill, but we are making sure that the right thing will be done. Then we set the ball rolling. So when we set the ball rolling, nothing will block us again. We're just moving. Mr.
Johnson, again, the GB has taken a lot of bashing that they are not, that they are not taking care of boxers, promotions are not happening, and I'm sure even sometimes I'll call you and then we talk and like you even advise me on one or two things that people don't understand. Now we have you here. People who, I feel like some people need some education on what the GBA does. What does the GBA do, Mr. Johnson?
Okay, thank you very much, Kofi. We are the governing body of professional boxing in the country. The governing body. We have to have it at the back of our mind. We sanction fights, and we make sure that we protect our boxers. Okay, Kofi, we are not promoters. If I say we are not promoters, a promoter gets license from GBA to enable him promote boxers, organize shows on behalf of the boxers. Is a promoter who seeks for its own sponsorship. Let me set an example, like Bob Arum, Top Rank, like
At the end, Matchroom.
They are promoters. They have their corporate organizations that they deal with. They have commission or BBB of C, British Boxing Board of Control, doesn't seek sponsorship for a promoter. Likewise, GBA doesn't seek sponsorship for a promoter. It's the promoter's own links, own contacts, own connections that is able to get more companies on board, get good money, and get good shows for the boxers. And we are there to govern them, to sanction them, to license them, to protect them. That is GBA. But at times, people think GBA has to go and look for money and come and give to a promoter for the promoter to do promotion. No, look, even GBA, we are doing so much. We are having the boxing league. And we write to corporate organizations for assistance. And when this sponsorship comes, do you know what we do, Kofi? We call promoter. Or if each promoter who is ready to promote, okay? Then we tell the promoter that, okay, we've gotten this so much. This is what you are going to spend. Okay, we will cushion you halfway. Then you can also do what? Do your promotion. Then we go to another promoter, as and when, until we are going to use the money. Okay, although we don't get money that we can able to push us back, but even we are trying our possible best to get something. And we bring in boxing league every other week. Juveniles, amateurs, they are fighting the communities. Every 1 month, at the end of the month, for professionals, that is where we bring in a promoter to cushion the promoter. So I don't know, although there's more room for improvement, but let me tell you, trust me, GBA is really, really, really doing well. Now, we don't have juvenile team, national team, but now we've inaugurated juvenile national team. We've been having courses for the coaches. We've been having courses for referees. Even Kofi, you and I participated in the referee course.
That's true.
Okay, and all these things is coming from Ghana Boxing Authority. So Kofi, if people is talking about GBA is not doing well at times, it surprises me so much, because I know we are really, really, really doing well, because we don't get money from anywhere. And trust me, mostly people think government gives professional boxing money. Mostly the money goes to the amateur, because that is where government focuses. Government comes to the aid of Ghana Boxing Authority, that's the professional level, that maybe a boxer has won a world title. Mm-hmm. That is where the government will come in and show its appreciation to the boxer by giving the boxer a car, by giving the boxer money. And I mean, a lot of our boxers have been able to benefit from that. Okay, so people at times think all those money comes to GBA, but no. It goes to the boxer and its management, not Ghana Boxing Authority. So, Kofi, we are really pushing ourselves. Look, we've been writing to corporate organizations. We've been talking to media people to come on board, to come and assist GBA. Recently, we had a meeting with Kboxtv, to come and have a sole right behind closed doors promotions because of the era we are in. And we are close to finish the deal.
Okay.
So, in fact, we are doing a whole lot. Ghana Boxing is doing a whole lot. But all the time, they will tell you that there's more room for improvement. And let me add this. Those who have been able to get opportunity, to go outside, I believe they are Ghanaians.
Right.
They should not just talk, but they should put in an act by supporting and by assisting and by helping Ghana Boxing Authority. But when you come on there and you just speak without doing anything, I mean, you are deceiving everybody. You can talk. You can talk your good English and whatever. But the most important thing is that you must also put in. Then the development will come. When it comes, it's not for GBA, it's for Ghana. Because we want to raise the flag of Ghana high. So please, they should not just sit behind and talk, bombard Ghana Boxing Authority, A, B, C, D, because they know one or two things. But the most important thing is that get involved, assist. When you talk about it, make sure that you also give a plan B to enable us to revive boxing in Ghana. That's the most important. But don't come and just bombard Ghana Boxing Authority and just go and sit down. Bombard us. I mean, we are ready for correction. Yeah. But make sure that you also put in, then it will develop and promote boxing in Ghana.
All right. You just heard from the secretary. He said, make sure you contribute to the growth of Ghana boxing. Guys, I have Leroy on the show. Leroy is also a journalist, and he has some few questions for the Secretary General. So, Leroy, welcome to Kboxtv.
Glad to be here finally. I'm usually behind the scenes.
Yeah. So you have the floor. So go ahead.
All right. The question I would like to ask is, like Kofi said, people usually tend to misunderstand the relationship between the Ghana Boxing Authority and, let's say, the boxers in general. So could you give us more information about how, let's say, this situation we are in, no fights, boxers in Ghana tend to really feed off of the fights that happen. That's how they get their bread and butter. So in this kind of situation, what exactly is the GBA's role in taking care of the boxers?
Okay, thank you very much. I think every professional, in quotes, every professional is a worker who needs to be paid. And I think every professional works under somebody or works for himself. Our professional boxers, most of them have their managers that take care of them. Yeah. In this era, GBA was able to assist a little. I think Streetwise Promotion. Yeah. Streetwise Promotion. Yes, Foundation. Streetwise Foundation. That is where Richard Combe is the icon there. I spoke with his management, and they also assisted. We also spoke with other companies. They came on board, and we supported our boxers and the gyms and the coaches, with a little food items. Although it's not much, but that is what we were able to that is our widows' might to assist them. But now, as government has lifted the ban, we also forcing. That's like as I said, we also pushing ourselves to promote it, to enable these guys also get something, because that is what they do, to put their hands into our mouth. But my brother, trust me, we have to do the right thing at the first place. Then when we start rolling, I mean, box, the promoters themselves are yearning to promote, because if you look at the park, that this month, the 29th, we have 16th, we have 23rd, we have 26th. Even today, as I'm talking to you now, a promoter came to me and he said he wants to promote on the 28th or 27th, but he's going to make sure that all his boxes are going to be tested. Okay, so you will see how packed it is. Even 20th, a gentleman at the Trust Emporium want to handle, organize a small show, at the Gamashi Hall on the 20th of December. So the promoters themselves, they want to promote because the guys are hungry to box. Okay, but the thing is, the right thing has to be done. And when we start, I mean, everything will move on smoothly.
Yeah. So another thing I wanted to ask was about you said something very interesting that caught my ear, and I was like, I need to know more about this. You were talking about Max TV getting so broadcast rights and the deal.
Yeah.
I know you can't go deep into the details as to what the deal is until it is going completed, but can you tell us a bit more about how this happened and what we can expect?
Actually, we had years back, we had Martin Boxing League.
Yeah.
And it was Metro. Okay, so that is where it started. And then when we started this Bukom Fist of Fury, that's a boxing league, one man called Fadi, who was at Metro then, is now with Max TV. So he spoke with our president. Actually, we've been talking to him when we started the boxing league, but things couldn't go right. So when he joined Max TV, he spoke to our president that, look, let's come and sit down. Your previous, ideas and whatever, let's sit down and let's, bring things together and set the ball rolling. So that is how Max TV came in. And we are pushing things, and very soon they will come on board, and then everything will be set.
And would they be relating more with the promoters or with the GBA in this kind of what kind of relationship is this going to look like?
Okay, actually, they are going to deal straight with the GBA. There are a lot into it. Let me give you this example. Other international places, a commission can have a TV right, okay? Then he will use it to assist the promoters. So if a promoter is going to do promotion, the right from GBA, the TV, the TV right will just come, or the TV station will just come and broadcast the show without the promoter even paying anything for TV. Because getting TV on your show is very expensive. Okay, these are the things we want to do. We want to also get other media people to come on board. Then it will enable our boxers to be well known internationally.
Yeah. Because
Max TV goes very far. It has a wide coverage. So that's the main thing behind it.
Thank you very much, Mr. Johnson, for telling me all of this, sharing it. Yeah. Kofi?
Mr. Johnson, for me, you mentioned some few dates. You mentioned 16th, you mentioned 23rd, even on 20th as well as 26th.
20th,
who are these promoters? Who will be promoted? And before we go into them, these two promoters that had shows that have been postponed, what is the plan to get them to still have the show that they had wanted to do?
Well, as I said earlier on, the only thing we need that if they can afford now you know, to test the boxers. Then that's all. They can have their promotion. Any date, apart from the date that has been requested already, any date they will bring on board, we are going to allow them to do their promotion.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And these boxers that always text us, I mean, those are always constantly texting me, Kofi, when is boxing going to return? When is boxing going to return? It now boils down to the COVID-19 test. If without COVID-19, or if you haven't been tested for the COVID-19 test, there's no way that you step into the ring. Now, Mr. Johnson, now can you tell us about the promoters that have booked the 13th, 16th, 23rd, and then the 26th?
Okay, thank you very much. The one we just postponed is supposed to be in collaboration with Box Office Promotions and Ace Power Boxing Promotions.
Okay.
And then on the 16th is Fight Ready Promotions.
Okay. Wasiu.
On the 20th, yes, Wasiu Management. On the 20th is Win-Based Promotions.
Okay, Edwin. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And then on the 23rd, Fight Ready Promotions.
Again. Okay.
On the 26th, in collaboration with Box Office Promotion and Kboxtv Promotion.
Okay.
Yes, and even Kboxtv, they are going to have it at their new event center.
Oh, okay.
And the place is very nice. That, I mean, if you are having a boxing show there, it's very nice.
Yeah. I remember that venue. It's a very nice place. It's around Dansoman. I've just forgotten the name, but it's around Dansoman. I do recall. So, guys, you heard it. 16th, Fight Ready. I don't know if it means Wasiu is going to come back on 23rd, but I'll do my best to get Mr. Manful on the show, and then we get to speak up on his upcoming event.
Yeah.
So, 16th, Fight Ready. 23rd, Fight Ready, and then 26th, Kboxtv Promotions in collaborations with Alex Chamwes Box Office Sports Promotions.
Yeah.
Okay. So it means this year we will see Azumah Nelson.
In fact, Azumah Nelson had wanted to promote, I think, in November.
Oh, okay.
But October.
Okay.
Yes, but things did not go right, so it was cancelled. So we're hoping that next year, January or February, a lot of them will come on board. Then, I mean, the most important thing is that if a first promotion moves on, then everybody will see the processes. Then we will start, moving on and on and on and on.
Okay. All right, Mr. Johnson, boxing has been down a little bit because of the COVID-19, but the good thing is that about 4 or 5 Ghanaian fighters have been able to get opportunity to fight outside Ghana. I think the first person that fought was Isaac Dogbe, and then we came to Duke Micah. We had Richard Latte, and then we had I think these are the 3 boxers that have fought so far. And no, Emmanuel Gameboy Table. Sorry, Emmanuel Gameboy Table. Thank you. So these guys have fought, and we've had 2 wins, and then we've had 3 losses. The performance of the Ghanaian fighters so far in the world. What's your reaction to it?
Well, Kofi, if I'm going to talk about them individually,
I think that's what we need to do. Let's take it individually. Let's start from Azedogbe started first.
Okay, I think Azedogbe was very fortunate. If I say he was very fortunate, is that during the lockdown, he was still in the States.
That's true.
And they had the opportunity to train and to box.
Right.
Okay, shows were going on here and there. So, I mean, he did not have any ring rust. Okay, so that enables him to perform well. I mean, he performed and everybody was happy. You know, when we weren't having the opportunity to box here, as a Dogbe brought, I mean, happiness to Ghanaians by him winning. Yes, because he's been training there continuously. I think Habib also fought also.
Habib was supposed to fight, but his fight got postponed.
Postponed. Okay.
Yes.
I've been following Habib. If I may add up Habib, I've been following Habib and he's doing so well. Even recently, Habib has been fighting middleweight. But recently, I heard he was able to do super welterweight.
Super welter.
So you can see how serious this guy is. He's really, I mean, focusing and preparing to become a world champion. You know, Game Boy show, I mean, was so excellent. He was so relaxed in the ring. I mean, he exhibited whatever he knows. We know he do. In the ring. And although he did not fight for 15 months, but trust me, he was able to, I mean, he was also fortunate because he was in the States for some time training before he came back and went back again. That's the reason why he was still, I mean, he has been able to build up his confidence, I mean, to be in the ring to showcase whatever skill he's having. On Duke Micah and Richard Harrison, the Duke Micah, I know watching the Duke Micah I saw on that day. Kofi, I've been with Duke Micah in New York, specifically Bronx. And this guy is no joke. He's serious in his training. Look, Duke Micah will train in the snow in the morning. He will come back to the house. They will do pad works around 11 a.m. Duke Micah will take his leave to the gym, John's gym, before his coach will follow him at 12 noon. To train him. Well, Duke Micah had a ring rash because he did not get the opportunity to fight for so many.
Very long time. True.
Yeah, very long time, like 2 years or so. I stand to be corrected.
No, before the fight, he had already had one preparatory fight. But before.
But still, Kofi, you know, ring rash is ring rash.
True.
Just a single fight or sparring doesn't mean that you are in the ring fighting for a serious show. Okay, and more so, the person is going to fight with. It's not the first contender, a second contender, a third contender, but the title holder.
That's right.
So just imagine. And there's no title holder who sits at home and will say that I'm relaxing. He's been pushed all the time. So, I mean, I'm sure his management took that risk. You know, we always say that boxing, a blow makes a difference. It do happen. But I'm sure his manager just took that risk to say, okay, just go in. When it happens, it happens. When you don't get the chance, I mean, you come back again to the drawing board, then you go again. But it was very unfortunate. But I mean, I would say that it's a stepping stone for him to know that, look, you don't have to be sitting idle without doing anything all the time. You have to be very active. For Richard Harrison, I don't know.
That's our only heavyweight, the only heavyweight or the most promising heavyweight that we have in Ghana.
For him, if you look at his preparation with Du Bois, okay, he prepared. But he's getting to UK, became tussle. So it makes him to be a little bit frustrated. But trust me, he was able to give a good show on that day. But with him, with Nathan Gorman, I don't think he prepared well to go to to go and take that fight. I did not see him much. Richard should have. If Richard had prepared well, like the way he prepared with Du Bois, trust me, he will bring Nathan Gorman down. If you look at Richard Harrison with Fabio Wadley.
Right.
I mean, it's very embarrassing.
True.
I wasn't expecting Richard to go down this way, you know. But boxing is boxing. He should just go back to the drawing board, do his things work, get coaches who can control him. He should not get coaches who he can control. He should get coaches who can control him to enable, because he worth $1 million boxer. I'm telling you, the guy worth $1 million. So he should be serious with his career. And when he's serious, within 2-3 years, he's going to get good money that he wants to get, because they can change him to become a world champion.
All right. Thank you for your analysis on these fighters. And also, when I spoke to a few guys that I will have you on the show, this was a question that one of them asked me. It was like, we have a lot of fighters, and that's many think that some of them can become world champions, right? They don't get the opportunities. Is there a way that the GBA can come inside to help promote them? Is there a sort of arrangement like that the GBA can do?
Kofi, what we can do is what we are doing now, by we getting support to do more promotions. You get me? Like the boxing league. Look, Kofi, if you are able to do this boxing league for 3-4 years continuously, trust me, look, our boxers are going to excel, both juveniles, amateurs, and professionals. It's all about they getting opportunity to box all the time. And mostly our boxers, they want to dodge each other, which is very bad. Right. It's really eating us. Look, if you want to be called a world champion, whoever the person is, you have to box with the person, because that is your job. That is your career that you've taken into your hands, that this is what I want to do. This is what I want to earn from. Okay? They like dodging each other too much. You know, box each other. The guy I love and I trust so much is Michael and Sam.
One bullet, sir.
Exactly.
He will fight anybody and everybody.
He will sign his contract, and be following you, the boxer. That you must also sign your contract for him to fight you. You get me? This is the boxers we want. I mean, and he doesn't care. You will beat him in the ring, but he will make sure that he also let you feel his presence. That's true. You know, we are trying our best. This boxing league, look, it's a great idea that Ghana Boxing has initiated. Right. And trust me, if these our boxers are going to continue with it, by we getting more support from corporate organizations, from government, from individuals, trust me, Kofi, our boxers will excel. Because now, trust me, nowadays, I've been having a lot of calls from outside. People want me to give them credible boxers to manage them. They'll come and pick them from here, some to Germany, some to UK. I mean, to nurse them very well, okay, to fight. We can also do that. But Kofi, our corporate organizations must also assist us to enable us to push. If our boxers are not good, no one will call me from outside to say that, Secretary, we need A, B, C, D. Assist us to get it. True. Because we have a lot of potentials in the country.
True. Now let's talk about boxers, the persons of of our boxers. You know, the boxers, many of them complain about the earnings that they take after fights. Could a GBA come up with a structure that at least will make these boys earn a very good amount of money from promoters?
Kofi, thank you very much. You know, we want boxing to go on.
Right.
And you've been part of a promotion team.
That's right.
You know what goes in.
True.
But it doesn't come out. It doesn't come out in the sense that you ask me, your gate proceeds after the show, how much money do you get? Even when you go to corporate organizations, some just give products.
True.
Some just give T-shirts here and there without giving money.
True.
When a promoter is able to get good money, trust me, he will pay good to the boxers. So that is the situation we are facing. That is what we are facing. And at times, a manager wants his boxer to box.
Right.
Okay. He has to pay for the opponent. Okay. When the manager at times pay for the opponent, he doesn't give his boxer much money because he wants to project you. He has paid so much to the opponent. So just a little the person will give you. Then, so Kofi, we are not getting gate proceeds.
Okay.
We are not getting corporate organizations to come on board. And even when they come on board, some just give products. Are you going to share the products to the boxers? The boxer needs money to take care of his family. Okay, so if you're able to get these things very well, trust me, the boxers are going to get good money. Even some of the boxers themselves, they do get good money. At times, the boxer can box, is being paid 4,000, 5,000 cedis, 3,000 cedis, 6,000 cedis. Azuma Nelson Promotions pays good.
Okay.
Kabik pays good. Hita Promotions, nowadays, he's not been coming on board. He also pays good. With other promoters, they also pay good. They pay them good. And when you box on their, I think most of them, the minimum at times is between 1,000 and 1,500.
Okay.
Cities. Okay, so some of the promoters pay good. When they get good sponsorship, they give good money to the boxers. Trust me, I'm the Secretary General. That's the way I'm telling you what is on grounds.
Right.
Yeah.
You mentioned that some people reach you from outside Ghana to want to manage some talents in Ghana, and we've also heard had some few fighters who are already fighting in the States or fighting in other places in the world. Do they reach you to also or does GBA have some kind of representation or representatives that also monitor their performance out there to get to know how they are doing?
Okay, actually, no.
Okay.
We don't have any rep there. Mostly, I do that. I do contact one or two people and we talk. How are you doing? And if I may be specific, mostly I follow Habib Ahmed.
Okay.
I ask him a lot of questions. How are you faring? How is training? Your preparation, I talk to him a lot. I have a long WhatsApp chat I do have with him. I don't normally talk much with Richard Comey.
Okay.
Yes, I don't normally talk much with Richard Comey. Game Boy, even in Ghana here, we don't normally talk too much unless we meet one-on-one.
Okay.
Then we talk. But Richard Comey like this, even when he was in the States before he came back, at times we chat, but this time I don't normally follow him too much. But the person I chat most with is Habib Ahmed. I ask him a lot of questions and other things. But to say that we have a rep there, no. At times, Kofi, even if these guys are fighting, we at times use our own pocket money for air tickets and go and support them. So that is the situation we find ourselves into.
Talking about support, the Ghana boxing supporters, forgive me if I don't ask this question. Some of them also want to go support these guys when they are fighting in the world. Can the GBA, is there a way the GBA can help them to make sure that this is achieved?
Oh yeah, Kofi. they've come to our aid several times.
Hmm.
You know, Ghana supporters, you know, boxing, you know, they are doing so much.
You're right.
If I recollect my mind, as a dog-based time, you see them, I mean, chanting and whole lot. Even when Streetwise promotion had 3 title fights here in Accra, that is Richard Combe, Duke Maika, and Frederick Lawson. They were there with their massive support. They are doing so well. We've been able to assist them through the ministry, you know, to the foreign affairs, but we are limited. Okay, we have our
I think we have lost the secretary for a while. We hope we can get him so that we will be able to finish the interview. But he has said a lot of things, guys. I'm sure he has responded to a lot of your questions. If there's anything that you'd want me to ask him, I would kindly plead with you to push it to me via the comment section so that I ask him before we go. We are almost hitting 1 hour, and that will be the end of the show. But let me bring in Leroy, and then Leroy. Hello, Leroy.
Yo, Kofi.
Yeah,
Kofi,
the secretary has said a lot of things. You know, he's spoken on how boxing will return, especially. So basically, if there's no COVID-19, there's no boxing, right? That's just, if a promoter cannot do the COVID-19 test, there's no boxing. I'm sure this is going to add like an extra burden on the promoters. That is if they still have to go do it on their own without the government, you know, coming in to, you know, support them that like they were hoping. How you were there when I mean, or you went for the meeting? Of course, you didn't go to sit at the meeting, but then after the show, you spoke to some of the promoters that came to the venue. What was their reaction from after what the verdict that the GBA gave?
Well, they were quite saddened that they weren't able to have their event. I'm talking about box office promotions and
now wait. Let us have Mr. Johnson here. Let him finish with us, and then we'll go back. So stick with me. Don't go far.
No problem.
All right, Mr. Johnson.
Yeah.
I'm sure you had some few network problems.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so then you were basically you were trying to walk us through it, and then it went off.
And the question again, sir.
Oh, okay, so I was asking that now that I think I've forgotten the question myself, but
me myself.
Yeah, but okay, Mr. Johnson. I mean, we've had you here for almost 1 hour, and I think the most important thing that boxers wanted to find out is when boxing is going to return. That you have already given us some few dates and terms and conditions before a promoter can promote is to make sure that he's been able to test the fighters for the COVID-19. Does it include the officials and then everybody on the ring? Does it include all of them?
Yes, it includes all the officials, and I mean the doctors and whatever. They all have to be checked. But let the boxers know that for their good, that's the reason why we are making sure that things will be done right. You know, it's better we do the right thing. Then when we start, we start. We don't want to start, then later they will say that this person has gotten covered. This person is going to bring a whole lot of, issues in the arena. Okay, so the most important thing is that they should exercise patience. Look, we are doing for their good. I mean, when we start, everything will be smooth.
All right, Mr. Johnson, thank you very much for your time. We hope that when boxing returns, we'll be able to get you to, you know, walk us through some of the fights that will be happening in Ghana, and we wish you guys very, very well.
Thank you so much, Kofi. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right.
Yeah. Bye.
Guys, we just ended with the Ghana boxing secretary, Mr. Patrick Johnson. Let me bring back Leroy so that we talk about he was there. He didn't sit in the meeting, but then he was able to speak to some few promoters after the show. Let me get his reactions, the reactions that the promoters had after the meeting.
Okay, so like I was saying, they were quite saddened that they weren't able to have their show, but they understood where the GBA were coming from, the fact that they had sent in the request, but due to, let's say, the elections, they had other things on their mind, other things they were focusing on, so they weren't able to get to the GBA on time. But I spoke to Alex Ntima Amwa, who is the box office promotions. He says he wants to do his show. He said he gave himself a time frame of 2 weeks to get his show, and he says he's going to work on getting the COVID test done. But he's looking for sort of like a sort of discount basically, so that he can get his boxes done, so that he can have his fight. So yeah, they were quite saddened, but they understood that they have to keep their boxers safe. They have to keep the officials safe. They have to keep the coaching staff safe as well. And yeah, you have to agree with them. There's nothing they could have done. I felt bad for the boxers because they had to shed weight for this fight. Some had to shed weight for this fight. They are trained all for it to just disappear. But like they said, they have to understand that there was nothing they could do about it. If you've sent a letter, they're not responding to your letter, what can you do?
Right. Leroy, thank you for your time. Is there any other thing that you want to add before you go? Because I don't want to take extra of it. I mean, you already gave me 1 hour, so I'm already into 1 hour.
No worries. Look, all I have to say right now is that I am quite sad because look, we had a lot of the problems were a lot at the start due to COVID and all that, the lockdown and all that. The boxers were in training. We got all that, and contact sports was allowed to resume. We've seen boxers train. It's very, very good, but you have to admit, we've seen Isaac Dope fight. We've seen Richard Latic fight. We've seen Emmanuel Tego fight, Duke Micah fight, all of them outside, but we want to see our own as well. So in as much as that, we have to protect our fighters, we have to protect our coaches and all that. We need to get boxing back on screen. We need to get boxing back to the people, and I hope all this will be worked upon during this period. The elections are coming up, I believe, this week, next week. Monday. So yeah, Monday. So after that, I hope everything gets back to normal. We can get this done, and let's get boxing back so that I can sit there and watch the fighters, because some of them are very like Kofi. You know, some of them are very interesting.
That's
like
true.
When you see them in the ring, you think to yourself, why is this guy here? Why isn't he taking on some of the big guys out there? And yeah, we have talent. That is something you cannot deny. We have the talent. We just need the push, and that's it. We'll have our world champions. That's it.
Right. Leroy, thank you for your time, and thank you for making, especially Mr. Johnson, for making time for it. He's a very busy man, but we thank him very much for honoring our invitation to speak to people of Ghana, especially boxers and then promoters and matchmakers and all that. Please, he made one plea, which I feel like every boxer should accept. If boxing returns, we should stop the dodging game. we should stop the dodging. It's true. You see, if we want people to love our sport and get a lot of people on board, the best must fight the best. I think it was one of the things that Believer also said. Believer is Mr. Williams. He said that Ghanaian boxers like dodging themselves. Of course, everybody wants to win. That we agree. But if you want to win, you don't have to train harder. And if you want to test it further, you've trained harder. You have to face the guys that have trained equally also harder. And so that we can get some kind of good fights in the system, because we can't just have it one way. We can't always have it your way. We saw some fights over the weekend from Nigeria, and some of us were complaining. We were like, "Oh, this looks like the guys it's like some rehearsed or some choreographed, fights and all that. But we don't want to see it like that. We want to see real fights. So boxers, when boxing return, make sure that if they pair you with somebody, accept it, right? Go put yourself out there, give the fans, some very good fights. You don't only get fans by winning. No, you get fans. Sometimes you get fans by losing, depending on how you fight. We've seen some of the great fighters lose and come back, stronger to win again. That is what boxing now is about. You win some, you lose some. It's just unfortunate that now we live in an era that everybody wants to become like the Mayweather, wants to have a 50-0, which is not possible. It's not possible, especially because we have more hungrier people now. Unlike before, there were some few people in the game, but now there are a lot of boxers from even countries that were not into boxing or didn't know how to box before. Now we are hearing about them. Togo, Burkina Faso, Guinea-Bissau, all of them. Everybody is fighting now. You understand? So once you put yourself out there as a boxer, accept the challenge from anybody that comes to you. You can only become the best if you fight the best. So when the opportunity comes and then you have a fight, take it, come into the ring and deliver. Win or lose, your real fans will stick with you. And like I said, you can even win some fans. If like you might lose a fight, but you might even win some fans through the lose that you lost. So
exciting fights is just something to witness. That's why I'm looking forward to the Anthony Joshua Tyson Fury fight, because these are two big guys. These are like you can't not say you won't watch that fight. Nobody in the world can say they will not watch that fight, because look at the kind of fighters who are coming. So that's what we want. We want to see exciting fights where we'll go to the ring and we can't predict. We'll be sitting there, we'll be like, okay, who's going to win? Is it going to be this guy? Is going to win this guy? Not go to a fight and say, oh, this guy, he's going to win. It's not. We want unpredictability in our fights, and we want to see. Like, I want to be able to watch a fight and be doing this, thinking that I'm also in the ring.
I understand. Good. So, all right, Charlie. Thank you very much for making time. Hopefully, we'll get you back next week, and then we'll have another guest, and then we'll just talk to the guest. So thank you for making time. Leroy has always been on behind the scene, and today I wanted him to come on, to let the people also get to have a feel of what he's been doing for us and for the whole team. So Leroy, thank you very much for coming on. And you can, let them know where they can read your articles.
Oh, okay. I have my own blog which I just started out. It's called Pressbox, or should I say Pressbox. You can get us on www.pressbox.cloudaccess.host. You can get all my stories over there, and I plan on doing a lot of interesting things, talking to experts on the various sporting fields, boxing, hockey, everything, not just football. We'll do football, but the majority of it is going to be all the other sports in the country, and letting you get to know them and fall in love with them as I have fallen in love with them. So you can reach me again at, you can reach the website again at www.pressbox.cloudaccess.host, or you can reach my Twitter, that is at RealPressbox. That is my Twitter account, at RealPressbox.
That's Instagram. What of Twitter? What of Facebook? You're not on Facebook.
Oh, sorry, I'm on Facebook, but I'm not on Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah, Facebook is just D Pressbox. That is it. You just type in D Pressbox and you will get me there as well. Yeah, so I hope to interact with all of you, and let's talk sports.
Let's talk sport on Leroy, the press box. This is the box himself, man. This is the real box. All right, Leroy, thank you for your time here, and hopefully we'll have you on the show and to discuss the other things that is happening in boxing. Especially, you've done a lot of work for us, and we are really, really grateful, Charlie. Thank you.
No problem. I love working here too.
All right, guys, this is how we end the show today, and it's been amazing having you to watch us. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube, please kindly hop onto our YouTube, Kboxtv, Kboxtv. Subscribe, and we had some few comments coming in. Let me take it from the top. Baba is saying Kboxtv to the world. Thank you, Baba. From Insang Peterson. I hope I got the name right. Say good evening to you too. It's also coming in from Solomon Otu. Sowah is one of the matchmakers and the promoters in Ghana. Another fresh Mr. Patrick Johnson. I'm sure the shout out was going to Mr. Johnson himself. This is also coming from Fabulous. Fabulous is Daniel Sowah, who is always on our show on every Thursday. He'll be here with me, God willing, tomorrow. Of course, we'll digest what the Ghana Boxing Authority's Secretary General has said, and we'll also find out what his take on it. He said, Kboxtv, the world doing the best for African boxing. Thank you, Daniel. This is also coming from Golden Glade. He says COVID. Yeah, of course, the COVID-19 is causing a lot of problems for promoters to promote here in Ghana. Lenin Altuve, he says from he says from Venezuela. Greetings. All right, thank you very much. Dennis Tego is one of the boxing journalists on Radio Guy Online. It's also a radio channel in Ghana. He's one of the panel. In fact, he's the only journalist that I know who talks nothing but boxing. Leroy talks about everything, but this Dennis Tego guy, he talks only boxing. You can find him on Radio Guy Online, and his profile is Dennis Tego. He has Azuma Nelson in his photo. You can just check him out. One of the amazing guys that we have in Ghana, also just doing boxing. He says, this is from Philippos David. He said, when is Isaac Shadi or Shaki fighting? I'm sure he's talking of Isaac Saki, the WBO super bantamweight champion. At the moment, I don't know, but I know today is his birthday, so I want to wish him a happy birthday. We'll try and have his manager on the show one of these days, and then we'll speak to him and find out when his boxer will be fighting. But of course, I know it's not going to be now, as in tomorrow or tomorrow next, unless the promoter who's going to promote has made up his mind that he will foot his COVID-19 test, just like the Ghana Boxing Authority General Secretary has said. But I don't know if he's going to be on other shows as well. So I think between now and 7th December, after 7th December, we will know whether the government is going to take care of the COVID-19 test so that the promoters can have some, breathing space, or they will still have to foot it. But whatever it is, Kboxtv will be here to update you and to let you know what's happening in the world of, what is going to happen in boxing. On Saturday, we have a very big fight, Spence versus Garcia. We'll also come here live to discuss our take on it. Guys, thank you always for making time for us. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube, hop onto YouTube, Kboxtv, and then subscribe. This is the only channel that discusses nothing but African boxing. Today we've had Ghana boxing. Maybe tomorrow it will be you, and then we'll get to know what's happening in the world. I'm trying to get Skara on the show, Skara and then his management, top 10 boxing, Isaac Fico, to discuss the victory that the whole Botswana is enjoying. We'll try and get him on the show. We've already did a YouTube version. We'll just get him so that we can do our Facebook version too, so that the people on Facebook will get to know who Skara is. Skara is now the WFK Super Bantamweight champion in Botswana, and it's all joy back in Botswana. So guys, we'll be back here tomorrow, God willing, with Cudjoe, Amedoda, and Daniel Sowah to discuss the total boxing show. Friday, we'll be here with another guest to discuss with another version of the Kboxtv Live. You don't know who it might be, so make sure you tune in to watch us. And if you haven't followed us on Kboxtv on all of our platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and then YouTube, please follow and subscribe, right? And promote and help make us bigger and make Ghana boxing, African boxing be known to the people in the world. Thank you. Have a very good evening and enjoy the rest of your evening. Until then, bye. Leroy.